Hey everybody, it's Cody, and I'm back to talk about the ISACA CISM exam. This is Certified Information Security Manager exam. I passed this in May. I've been lagging on getting a video out, but I want to talk about the exam, my preparation, and then the verification process, sort of my journey post CISM. There are no certification requirements to take this exam. You can take this by itself. I took the CISB first, and then took this exam and thought that sort of helped with the any nerves you might have with test taking, but also because the CISB applied in a couple different areas to this exam. So I'm holding this book up because this is the only thing I use to study. If you're taking the CISM by itself and haven't taken any other certifications, you might want to pick up a couple different reading materials because this is only 190 pages. This book, Prepare for the ISACA CISM exam, came out in 2021. Like I said, 190 pages, big pictures, bolded topics, couple questions at the end of each domain to help you kind of figure out your weak areas. I love these kind of books because this reminded me of the 11th Hour CISSP book, which there's no fluff, covers all the domain areas briefly yet in depth, which is pretty crazy, right? And there are, as you're going through this, if you took the CISB, you'll notice there's some similar areas with some overlap. Not completely. This is not a technical exam at all. There are portions that are technical, but this is really about how InfoSec fits into the business and how information technology and information technology security specifically, that program, InfoSec program, can and should help the business achieve its goals and objectives, right? So there are 4 domains. You have 4 hours to complete 150 multiple choice questions. So it feels like way less stress and way more time to complete than the CISP if you took it. If you haven't taken it, don't stress. It's multiple choice, and just trust that you prepared and studied well, and trust your knowledge, right? Who's this exam designed for? If you're a manager, you. If you're not, you. So it's really for anyone. I took it because I would love to get into a managerial position, and I thought this did a good job of kind of getting me out of my analyst role and thinking about the bigger picture. Like I said, how InfoSec helps a business meet its goals and objectives, reduce risk or align risk with business goals and the risk appetite, incident response and BCP plans, that kind of stuff, everything you might be familiar with. So if you're looking towards going to management, if you are a manager, or trying to get an idea of how to develop a program, InfoSec program yourself, this exam is designed for you. Like I said, no exam prerequisites required, but you do need to verify work experience in order to get the full certification. And what's that mean? That means you have to prove that you work in 3 of the 4 domains and have done so for 3 years. And those 4 domains are information security governance, information risk management, information security program development and management, and lastly, information security incident response. Information security incident management, which is like IRP, BCP, DR planning. I'm not going to talk about what those are. That's on the website, the ISACA website. And talks about kind of what each of those tasks would be. There's like 10 to 20 different tasks for each domain. So you can read all about what those domains entail, but that's one thing to take into account as you're booking or thinking of booking. You want to make sure you have those 3 years, or you have a plan to achieve those 3 years within 5 years of passing your exam. So right here, you need five total years in these 3 areas, right? 1, 2, 3. But 3 of them must come from section A, which says minimum 3 years of experience in 3 to 4 job practice domains. So you put your company, your start date, how many years, and then check off the different domains in those areas. And then section B is general InfoSec experience, so you can waive off 2 years, or section C, you can waive off 2 years if you have a CISA cert or a CISP cert, an MBA or master's degree in information security, and there's a couple others down here. So my plan, I'm getting the 3 years experience here. I've got the CISP 2 years, so I've got my 5 years total done. Now with that comes the verification process. So a supervisor or manager does need to sign off on that and sign. Can't be HR, can't be family. It's got to be supervisor or manager. Pay $50, send it in, sign off, and then hopefully within a couple months you get your couple months you get your cert approved and you're good to go. And that's all to it, really. You can book the exam, you can pass it, and then get your verification, and you're off to the races. So I wanted this video to be quick. You can drop a comment below if you have any questions about the exam. I can't really answer any preparation questions because, like I said, I only read this one book at 190 pages and skimmed through it. If you took the CISP, you should feel pretty prepared because you've studied already rigorously for that exam. So this one should be familiar, but you still need to dive into these different topics because though there's overlap with other exams, these are different topics in their own, and they talk about different things. Okay, so make sure you're prepped for that this exam on its own, and trust your studying, trust your study habits. Set aside some time, have some balance, and get things done. Last topic I want to cover, I guess, if you're curious. So I got the Security Plus in January. I passed the CISP in April. I took this in May, end of May. Next on the horizon is probably CISA. Because I'm an analyst, this is gearing me towards managerial type of position. And that could be a risk manager, it could be an incident manager. It doesn't have to be a CISO or CIO, but I have my sights set on that at some point. The CISA is sort of in my sights, which is Certified Information Systems Auditor, also by ISACA, and I'm hoping there's a book just like this. And I'll probably take that within a year or two, but I'm kind of settling on the certs I have now. And because I'm seeing so many organizations strive for certifications like SOC 2, Type 2 audits and things like that, I feel like that exam will help me prepare for auditing, reading audit reports, also preparing my own reports. But anyway, that's sort of what's on the timeline for me. What's on your timeline? What are you looking to achieve? What are your goals in IT or information security? I'd love to kind of hear about it, because what the community needs to do more is collaborate and discuss and talk amongst ourselves and really help each other out. So I'm posting these videos to hopefully help you prepare, settle any nerves, provide my thoughts, and kind of offer you some encouraging words. If you, last thing is, if you took the CISP or not, and you're about to take the CISM, I think Kelly Hanrahan's videos, which is why you will pass the CISSP, I believe those are also, I think those are still helpful with this exam, because she really talks about, it's motivational for one, and talks about being a risk advisor, and I feel like that still applies in some fashion to this. Not as much, but I feel like her words on trusting your study habits and trust the studying you've done apply. So trust your studying, get after it. Like I said, happy to answer any questions. The different domains, the website is isaca.org, and there's some drop downs. I talk about, there's a drop down called credentialing. It talks about the different certifications that ISACA offers. They're two different, ISACA, real quick, is a different professional organization from ISC Squared. ISC Squared has a bunch of their own certifications. ISACA has its own. So you need to create a new account for this. You don't have to join the local ISACA chapter. I did because I think it's good networking. They offer CPEs, that kind of stuff. And another little benefit is you do get a bit of a discount when you eventually want to apply for the CISM exam, because there is a cost associated with that. And unfortunately, I don't think I have the cost of this exam here. But anyway, you can find all this stuff on the website and go from there. So anyway, get after it. I believe in you.